Hello YouTubers, today's video is a look at my new 28-gallon Rhino Tote Tank. The only reason I purchased this tote tank is that from time to time we go to state parks. In fact, we're scheduled to go to a Michigan state park, providing our governor doesn't shut us down again, in May of 2021. We're going to be there approximately 6 nights. That's going to be an ideal time for me to take this along, because there's a good possibility that two of us would probably fill up, if not one of the grays, the black. And this way we can kind of relax, and knowing that if the tank does get pretty full, I can dump it and it won't interfere with our stay. We wouldn't have to pull the trailer away either early or to take it out and dump it. As I said, this is a 28-gallon. I did a lot of research and I felt that this is probably one of the better brands that's on the market. It is by Rhino. So Rhino's been pretty well known for having a real good sewer hose. And I've got actually two 15-foot sections of my own that I use on the camper whenever I take it out to a park, where I can use full hookups or else dump it in a local dump station. But I do like the Rhino brand. It's held up real well, and I've had it for the last going on 4 years and had absolutely no issues. This particular tank, I did shop around quite a bit. I looked on Amazon, and I ended up buying it from one of our local RV dealers and stores that we have up here in Owego, Michigan. It was relatively close to the cost, even though I would have had free prime shipping, which might have saved me $1 or $2. Just the fact that I could have goodwill and to share the business with a local company kind of made me feel a lot better, especially during these times of 2020 when we've had so many shutdowns and financial markets have been under such a big strain. Now I'm going to use my cheat sheet because it's going to help me give you the proper information. I don't want to lie to you. After all, I'm going to be on camera a little bit. But first of all, what I do like about this is a good heavy duty or a heavy grade plastic. Very sturdy. In fact, it was kind of a struggle for me just to lift it up empty to put it onto my sawhorses. But it does come with the cover for the fill spout or fill port, and it has lanyards. Also has the cover for your dump that's hooked up to your gate valve. That too has a lanyard on it. You get 4 of these lanyards. Again, you got a heavy duty Rhino hose. It's a 3-inch hose. It's got a cover for each end, and that way when you get done dumping it out, you can seal it up. Another lanyard. Another item that's got on it, I'm going to walk around on this side here, is that you've got a fill port or rinse out port. And with that, you can put a hose in there and that will drain it. Also, you have another port, and that's to rinse this out. So at the same time, you've got, again, a cap for each one of those ends. A nice heavy duty handle. This is a tow handle, it comes right off and it slips right onto it. So it makes it quite nice, easy to handle. Also, there's a good heavy duty handrail or hand handle on it as well. So now again, this is your water hose connection, and then you have a flusher with a backflow preventer. So that's when you want to rinse it out, you won't get any backflow on you. Also included is you've got that clear angled adapter, and that's good for your to dump into your dump station. There we go. As well as you've got another angled adapter, and this is what you put either on your tank, or else you put it right on your gate valve or where it comes out of your camper. Now, as you can see, the overall construction is very sturdy or very durable. Again, good strong tank. Also, this is all metal as far as your nose stand. The tires are nice and large. They are rubber on a plastic rims, but the nice thing about them is that they are large. They're going to go over gravel a lot easier. It's going to be a lot easier to tow and pull as well. There's another look of it, or at it, standing on end. Again, very good construction. That's a good heavy duty handle, and I swear you can't get a much thicker or heavier duty than that. I would not worry about dropping that or dragging it, although that's not something I would do intentionally. Overall, I really feel it's a good heavy duty dump tank or tote tank. And even though, like I said, I paid probably a little bit more than what a lot of them are on the market, I'm guessing, if I remember correctly, probably around 230 bucks. But these things have been blown out of the store when I bought it. In fact, I had to wait a couple of weeks before it came in. But I really feel confident with this particular tank, and it's something I would highly recommend. Even though I haven't used it yet, I have used some of the lighter weight ones, and I can tell just by the feel of this and the way it tows or pulls, that's going to be much better than the last one I used, which is one of those lighter blue ones. A couple more things that I purchased that I kind of wanted to pass on, actually, because I think just the tank would be a little bit of a short video. And I'm kind of going through a buying spurt right now before we head to Florida right around Christmas. But one of the first things I did purchase, or most recent things, is a pressure valve. And this one is gauged, so I can kind of control the amount of water pressure I've got going from the faucet to the camper. That way I don't have to worry about blowing out my lines. Not that I've had any issues, but it's something that's been highly recommended online, and I really feel a little bit more comfortable, by having this particular item. So again, I'll probably do another review on it a little bit later, just to kind of fill you guys in and let you know what I think of it. Now, you can't see them very well on my steps right now. These are the set that I just replaced this year. The other set that started wearing out on the edges. But what I did do is I bought another set for my front set of steps. And of course, I'm keeping those things up so they're out of the snow, which, like I said, we live in Michigan. So, but back to the point, I did buy another one of this three-piece sets. I got this again off of Amazon. I do like these because they're easy to install. They've got just the springs, 4 springs. They just wrap right around each individual step, and you just snap the ring to whatever size fits best per your step. And trust me, it makes it a lot better, especially if you're stepping outside in bare feet. It feels a lot better on your feet with these pads or these covers than it does on that bare step. Here's another one of our upgrades. Hopefully there's enough light so you can see it. But we've had 2 of these chairs This one's kind of getting ready for the trip. I've got a stool sitting on it in an Amazon box. Sorry for that, that's not too neat, but that's the way it is right now. But anyway, we picked up these two chairs because the other ones that had originally came with the camper pretty much matched our couch, but the plastic or the coating on the backs was peeling off. Not to sound gross, but it's peeling off like dead skin would after you got a sunburn. It was just pretty bad stuff. They got to be so nasty looking, and then on top of that, there's only a couple springs. I'm not a light guy, but they certainly should have held up a lot better. But the seats on these are much stronger. It's a little bit larger, and I'm going to have to move it out of the spot when I bring my slide in and put it over here next to the door. But in the meantime, this is where it's going to be sitting, you know, when we're parked in the spot. One thing that I do like about it is it does swivel back and forth, and then also, it's not a big deal for me, but it does have the footrest that comes up, and you can actually more or less recline in it. That's not one of my favorite things, but it's something that came along with it. I did like the stitching on it because it looked a lot better in the camper with our decor, and it's kind of updated or upgraded, you know, the whole interior of the camper. Again, I had mixed emotions on this thermometer, indoor-outdoor thermometer, but I gotta admit, I love it. It's been working great, and whenever I get internet hooked up or it picks up internet, it brings it right up to date. I don't have to change the times when I go through time zones, and the dates stay right up to date. It gives me a good outside temperature as well as the inside temperature. Right now it's a little cool in here because I just turned on the furnace. My thermometer for the refrigerator, again, that's working great. I'm still keeping it right in that spot. I'm a little mixed emotions about that, but I did change the batteries inside that, so it's gone well over a year, and it's working fine. Doesn't matter which sensor is in the freezer and which sensor is in the refrigerator. It's accurate, and it stays accurate. I haven't had a real good chance to try these out yet, but my 12-volt plugs that I put in here earlier this summer seem to be working quite well. So we'll have a better idea as far as how it's doing when we drive down to Florida in December. But until then, I'm pretty happy with it. Another small purchase, I picked up myself a very inexpensive digital clock. I've always had a problem not knowing what time it is when I wake up in the middle of the night, and I don't always have my phone with me. I usually have that out in the living room charging up, or I don't have my glasses on. These have got large enough numbers where I can actually look at it and see the numbers. Believe this was only about $20. It's strictly battery operated. It's working great, and I just mounted it on the wall with some good heavy duty double-sided gel tape. One more thing I wanted to show you is we had a problem with our blind that goes on our hallway window, and I had a devil of a time trying to find the right size. This one, I actually picked it up off of Amazon, and you just simply cut it down with a knife, and it works out great. I did use a little extra adhesive by using that double-sided gel tape that's heavy duty to mount it with, but it has worked out real well. This is something that, and they have it, I believe, in white and like a light color, but it's easy to adjust, and it's easy to install. And this is something that I'm going to be using on all my other windows as the need comes around. Again, it matches my existing windows blinds, and just by following the instructions, and you do have to follow the instructions, don't try to take shortcuts, just simply use a knife and cut it where the instructions tells you to based on the size of your window, and it'll work out fine. So again, this is on Amazon. If I can find the link, I'll post it, but it's basically just adjustable blinds that you can cut. Yeah. Now last but not least, this is one of the things I've just added to it. Rather than buying a full queen size bed, this particular bed that we're sleeping on now is a short queen. I'm 6'1", and I have a devil of a time sleeping on it. I've added a 4-inch memory cushion or memory pad on it, but still the length of it has been giving me a problem. So I did purchase this extender. This happened to be an extender to convert from short queen to full queen, and I got that actually through camping crew, or no, well, through your camping, through the camping store. Really happy with it so far. I mean, I gave it a little try out the other day, took a little nap out here. It does give me a lot more room lengthwise. The only thing is I had to add another board, actually a short board, on the bottom underneath my mattress, just so it wouldn't be quite so floppy. But by putting just a small piece of plywood underneath there, it seemed to do pretty good. So this is something that I'll be doing another review on it. Just as an FYI, I threw the pillows up to cover it up, but as you can see, once you get your pillows in place, you don't even notice that extender on the head of the bed. So I really think this is going to work out pretty well for us. I hope you enjoyed the look at the Rhino Tote Tank, as well as a few of our purchases that we've made over the last few months. So if you liked this video, please hit that thumbs up. If you haven't already, please subscribe. And most of all, thanks for watching.